Hi, welcome back to Food Travel Shopping Channel, and you're watching another episode of Cook Like the Yeungs. So what do I have today? Today I am doing a series of burgers. So I have the burgers here, and then I have the coleslaw, and then I have the sweet potato fries, which you will find in 3 separate videos. So this is one whole series dedicated to celebrate this May as we are kicking our barbecue season back. Let me show you how I made this coleslaw first. Okay, here are the ingredients to make our coleslaw. In a large bowl, we are going to use the shredder. First of all, I am gonna cut the green cabbage into half. And I'm gonna use the slicer to slice the cabbage. Now, if you want to have a more texture, I personally like my coleslaw to be thinly sliced, so that's why I'm using a shredder. Otherwise, you are gonna use your knife and just simply cut in this case. I just want to show you the consistency here of the slicer. So it's doing a really good job here with the thinly sliced texture that I wanted here. Alright, so at the end, some of them you can shred it, so go ahead and just use your knife to chop them into slices. Okay, so now we can take care of the red one. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and peel the carrots here first. I'm gonna use my handy dandy tool here that can julienne my carrots. Alright, so after I julienne the carrots here, I just want to go give it a good chop here. I don't want the carrots to be too long here, so can cut it shorter. Okay, so let's coarsely chop it a little bit. Okay, so we can toss this into the cabbage. Alright, so using a very large bowl here, we are now going to toss this together until it's mixed really well. Alright, it might be a little bit messy here, but just really combine the 3 ingredients here, the green cabbage, the purple cabbage, and the carrots here. So I really find it easier if you use your hand to give it a toss, so then it just Alright, so I transfer all my cabbage and the carrots into a bigger bowl. So really you want to find the largest possible mixing bowl that you have at home. So that would be easier to work with. Alright, so now we're going to look at our seasoning and our wet ingredients here to mix it in. Okay, so I'm starting out with my mayo. So I'm starting out with my mayonnaise. So with my mayonnaise, I am going to add in my mustard here first. Alright, so I'm adding in the mustard. Alright, to give it a little bit acidic, we are going to add in some apple cider vinegar. So you can definitely add a little bit more apple cider vinegar to your taste here. So I have 2 tablespoons here, and we're gonna go give this a good mix here. Okay, then I'm gonna add in the horseradish. Just gonna go ahead and scoop that out. We want to incorporate that into our mayonnaise here with all the other ingredients so far. Okay, finally I'm gonna add in my celery seed and salt and pepper. Okay, give this a good mix. Really mix it really well. Okay, so now this is our dressing here for our coleslaw cabbage. Now we're gonna transfer it over. And we're gonna start mixing this into the cabbage. All right, so I'm gonna add about 2/3 of my dressing here first. Okay, depending on how wet and how dry you want this coleslaw, some people don't like it too wet, so it really depends in this case. So that can be adjusted if needed. Okay, I'm gonna scoop in all the dressing now. And then finally, I'm just gonna use my hand to toss it because that is gonna be a lot easier. All right, so this is the consistency that I would like. All right, not too wet, but not too dry as well. You can see all the ingredients here is definitely well incorporated in my coleslaw here. And you notice that once I put the dressing in, all the dry ingredients actually shrink a little bit. All right. Okay, at this moment, it's good to give it a taste. I would just like to add a little bit more black pepper here. Okay, if you want your coleslaw to be a little bit more sour in this case, just add another teaspoon here of the apple cider vinegar. And I'm gonna add 1 more teaspoon of the horseradish because I like the kick. Okay, the horseradish is something that it's definitely optional. You don't have to put it in. But don't forget, at this time, we're going to just let this sit in the refrigerator for an hour so that all the flavor can be really absorbed into the coleslaw, okay? So right now you might think, well, coleslaw still, missing some sort of ingredients because you want to let this kind of sit into the fridge so then everything can soak together. Okay, we'll come back 1 hour and see what's the results. Okay, so as you can see, I have plated nicely here with my coleslaw. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of my coleslaw here. And please stay tuned for my next video on my burger and look at this massive burger. If you have not yet subscribed to the Food Travel Shopping channel, I encourage you to go click the subscribe button below and hit the bell notification for our latest video and update. You don't want to miss another episode of this delicious recipe.